Okay, so to replace the anti-rollbar bushing here, unfortunately you have got to remove the whole of the drive shaft from the hub and also disconnect the hub from the lower suspension arm that normally sits here. I'm replacing the suspension arm so it's not there, but you could just remove the lower ball joint from the hub. There we go. Bit of plus gas going on now. Okay, there they go, all off. We need to undo the hub nut here, which is in the centre of the hub here. As I say, I loosened it before I jacked the vehicle up. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to disengage the spline shaft in the centre of the hub. That's it, that's how it goes. So just pull it out. Now that we've got the lower suspension arm out of the way, we've got the drive shaft out of the hub, now we can go ahead and undo this bolt, and they will then free up the clamp on this side. And it's recommended to replace the clamp and the bushing at the same time, so we'll be doing that. And honestly, this is just good practice when you're doing the lower suspension components anyway. So a 13mm socket on here. They're not done up terribly tight. Right, that's the lower one out. Alright, so remove the upper one now. There it goes. So now we can loosen the anti-roll bar, clamp and bushing. There it comes. Yeah, that's fine. It's obviously a split bushing, so it can go on and off without having to slot it down the whole rod. Right, we're going to replace the clamp, the bushing and the bolts. Okay, so we've got the new anti-roll bar bushing here. It's an aftermarket one, it's not a genuine Skoda one. And again, it's a split bushing, so that'll be fine. So we've got a new mounting clamp and new bolts, and these are stretch bolts, so you do definitely need new bolts. The torque setting is 20 Newton meters plus 90 degrees. Those are all our bits. I'll get the bushing on first. Sort of prise it on. And obviously once it's on, you want the flat bit to be touching the subframe there. Clamp over the top, and it does need a bit of encouragement. Might want to use a bit of grease on here actually. This is lithium based grease, so this is perfectly safe to use on rubber. Do not use any sort of petroleum based grease, but lithium's fine. Hopefully we'll just slide on that bit easier. Yeah, oh my goodness, that's so much easier than the other side, which I did not use lithium based grease for. So there we go, that's on. So now we can get the bolts in from the other side. A little bit of finger tightness on it, and the bottom one. Right, that's engaged, that's good. Tighten it up halfway, and then tighten the top one. And the bottom one again. Okay, so they now want to be torqued up to 20 Newton meters, and then a further 90 degrees applied. Bottom one, 20 Newton meters, that's already there. It's not that tight really. Top one, it's already there. So now we want to hit another 90 degrees on top. I'm going to do that with this deep offset spanner, a bit easier. That's pretty much 90, and the top one I have to start at a bit of an angle, so I have to go a bit further. You're going to start at about 45 there already, so that's about 45, and again that's about 90. That's how you replace the anti-roll bar bushing on your Mk1 Fabia. Now you need to put the hub back on with the drive shaft and so forth, and in this case I'm going to replace the lower suspension arm as well. Okay, so now it's time to get this lower ball joint engaged with the hole in the hub there. I'll put the spline shaft of the drive shaft back into the hub, make sure this plastic, I think it's an ABS sensors, still engaged with it, and then we'll tighten this up, and it's 20 Newton meters that needs to be tightened up to plus 90 degrees. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that because it's not terribly straightforward. I'm just going to put a bit of grease on the end of the drive shaft just to help it ease it in a little bit, so just a little bit, not a lot. And remember, it was steering right when we took it off, so we'll have to twist it as we put it back in. Yeah, that grease really helps, really helps. Okay, so I've just got the steering corrected now to straight ahead. Honestly, it's just too difficult to get this spline hub in without moving it straight ahead, so I'm just going to give it a little whack just to make sure it's solidly on. Okay, so now we will get the new hub nut on. Just finger tight, there we go. There we go, it's nicely in. That's it. You nut on. Okay, so you're supposed to torque this up to 20 Newton meters plus 90 degrees. Unfortunately, it is virtually impossible to get a torque wrench in to that point there. So what I'm going to do is do it by feel to what feels like about 20 Newton meters and then give it 90 degrees. In fact, you can't even get a deep offset in there. It's going to have to be a regular spanner. That's it, pulling that ball joint through, which is great. That feels like about 20 Newton meters to me now. So now I'm going to go a full 90 degrees on top of that. That's about 60 degrees to the side of the vehicle, so that's 2/3 the way. And then about another third. There we go, that's it. That's as close as you're going to get without a very expensive tool, I think, to get that torqued up. Hope that helps. Do please leave a comment below if you've got any questions or any constructive feedback. Constructive feedback respectfully delivered is a gift. I truly believe that, and I'm very, very grateful for all of your comments. Also, please consider subscribing. I will be sure to upload more videos, and be sure to press the bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Take care.